Konnichiwa, minnasan, Marina desu. How you guys doing? So before I start this video, I do want to tell you all thank you so much for commenting and actually listening to everything I said in the first video of the series. I honestly thoroughly was not feeling very good when I made that first video. And I think just kind of letting it all out and really talking to people about it made me feel a lot better. So I do feel better today, so I hope you don't think I'm just angry and yada yada yada, etc. Yeah, so today's video is second part to the Kawaii Melanin Collabs series. It's just a second part to the first video that I made with several other Black Lolita YouTubers. This time around we have a little bit more people participating, so I'm really happy that you'll be able to hopefully discover new Lolita content creators along with following them, and also make sure to listen to their stories. So there was only like 7 of us in the first part, and now we're like almost double, so that's like really great. So these are all everyone. I hope I can fit everyone in this screen because there's just so many people that are collaborating. And of course I'm gonna have the playlist link so you can watch everyone's videos and binge them just like you did the first one in the description below, along with like some of the cards with others videos and such. So yeah. So hopefully this video won't be as I guess heavy as the first one. We kind of wanted to make this a little less heavy, but still obviously getting our points across as Black Lolitas. So some of these questions aren't going to be as heavy or deep, I guess. So I hope you take this as like a lighthearted kind of video series. And again, just all we ask is for you to listen and watch everyone else's. Don't just watch mine. Please comment and like on everyone's videos. And just, you know, just show us that you're here to support us and you actually are our allies during these times of crisis. So again, I'm going to just read off my laptop screen of the questions. I'll have it on here on the screen as well for you. So the first question is, what are some of your fears when starting in Lolita? So one of my, I guess, biggest fears when I first started out in the fashion was that I was going to be like one of the only few like black girls in this fashion, or even black person, obviously. Like probably like when I started wearing Lolita, I probably wouldn't have thought that I would have met a black male in this fashion. But I think aside from that was that I wouldn't know like what my style would be in Lolita. So like when I first started in Lolita, it was definitely new, and I did some research before wearing Lolita, but of course I had my Ida phase just like everyone, and I guess it was kind of like a new territory because it was a way for me to really explore like what sort of like fashion choices that I tend to gravitate towards to. Like in the beginning, my wardrobe wasn't really pink. It was like, I remember having like a brown bodyline dress, and I had like some pastel dresses. Like a good chunk of my wardrobe in the beginning was from bodyline, and tend to be more pastel, of course, but I think it really wasn't until like a couple years ago when I started to realize that pink really resonated with my soul. And I don't see pink as like a sign of femininity, or I mean, yes, obviously, but I just see it as like I guess strength. Like I see pink, the color pink, as like, you know, exuding femme fatale and just really strength, like not necessarily just femininity, it obviously, because obviously males can like the color pink, and pink looks good on any sort of gender, but to me, I just felt like it was like a way for me to show what I've closeted myself as, because when I was in middle school and elementary school, I was like a closet pink lover, I guess. Like I liked Hello Kitty and such, but I think I might have mentioned this before, but I was more of a tomboy, so I wouldn't like admit that I like the girly things. And being a little black girl, you kind of were told that, you know, you shouldn't act this way, yada yada yada. So, you know, that whole narrative that black people shouldn't do this, black people shouldn't do that. And imagine that to a little girl. So, you know, like, obviously, like, a lot of black girls just feel like they're not feminine and they would never become feminine. But I'm glad that this fashion was able to show me that I can explore my femininity, even if I wouldn't call myself the most feminine. Like, the way how I act here on YouTube is definitely different than how I am with my close friends. Of course, now my greatest fears, I think, is that Lolita just kind of just takes my wallet too much sometimes. So, second question, how do you maintain confidence as a Black Lolita? This is like I don't really know how. I feel like my environment, the way how I was raised, specifically my father, I mentioned he passed away several years ago, almost a decade ago now. He was kind of like how I learned how to be confident. Like, he wasn't like your typical like heterosexual macho kind of dad, like, if you know what I mean. Like, he's from Cuba. Like, he came to the States when he was like 18, so he's been in the United States for pretty much all his life, and he was more, I guess, like effeminate, if that's the word, or flamboyant might be the word I'm looking for. Like, he was kind of more on the flamboyant side, and he kind of like taught me and my sister that, you know, like, you shouldn't like let other people tell you should do this or you should be conforming to the norm. Like, I wouldn't say he was like an anarchist, but he definitely wasn't like your typical stereotypical Cuban man, I guess. Yeah, so I guess like my dad is kind of a reason how I maintain confidence, as not just as a black person, but really as a black woman. Like, yeah, I think my father is kind of a source of my confidence. So I'm happy that he taught me how to be different and let me embrace my different hobbies when I was young, because he was there when I was like starting to get into anime and etc. And he would encourage it, actually. Like, I would read off like Japanese like notes that I written in romanji before I started learning the hiragana and katakana. So it was really cute, and I'm glad that he was able to give me that sort of confidence before passing away in my teen years. So next question. Natural hair in Lolita. Using wigs can be annoying, so what are some ways to style hair in Lolita without the use of wigs? So I made sure to have my natural hair out so I don't sound hypocritical. So I usually tend to do like space buns with my hair, and then I just tend to like just straighten my bangs, or I would just like straighten. I don't really straighten my hair. I curl my hair more because I have like 3B, 3C, or 3. I'm like 3A or 3B hair, I think. So I don't know. Like, and also I do dye my hair. So my hair texture has changed. Here, I'm just gonna close up so you can kind of see like my hair. My hair texture has changed. Like, I've bleached my hair. I've dyed my hair for, I think, at least like 3 years now. And my hair texture has changed a bit. I have noticed that. So if you are someone with like, I guess my type of hair, like, my hair isn't like very, like, I guess thick. Like, I have really thin, my hair is really thin. And I have more of my mom's hair type, but I have like the kinkiness from my dad's side. So I started wearing my natural hair more in Lolita. Actually, when I visited Japan a few years back, I went to my first Harajuku walk, and I kind of decided to just not wear a wig. And at that time, I had the Magic Princess OP in blue. So this is a picture of me with that. And I wore a beret, but other than that, like, that was definitely my first time wearing my natural hair in Lolita. And I liked it. Like, honestly, I just felt lighter. Because, like, with a wig, like, you know, you can get a headache and da-da-da. So, yeah, it can be annoying. So, like, for me, like, I had these, like, two little, like, hair clips. So, like I mentioned, like, I would do, like, space buns or, like, the little ponytails, like how I kind of have it right now. You can't see because they're really tiny hair clips. I really love seeing, like, the more fro-y kind of looks in Lolita. Like, I have so many Black Lolitas who wear their natural hair and it looks gorgeous. Like, honestly, like, it looks so gorgeous. So I just feel like you just have to like play around with your hair a little bit and then kind of like figure out like what works for you. Like for me, like I said, like I dye my hair and all that, so I obviously don't give a crap about wearing dyed hair with Lolita, but like if you have your hair dye, I guess that's also an option for you. But to be honest, like I definitely wear more wigs because I'm just like lazy. And I'm still kind of like learning my hair texture, I guess. And obviously, like I do want to wear, especially in the summer, I do tend to wear my hair out more just because it's just easier to put my hair back or to put on a high bun, etc. Like it has nothing to do with like me hating my hair. Like I did when I was younger, I did used to get my hair relaxed. Actually, like imagine this type of hair getting relaxed when it's like the thinnest type of hair texture that you have. Like I mentioned, I have like 3B or 3 hair type. I'm not 100% sure on that. So my hair is like easy to straighten. Like these bangs, I straightened this in like less than 10 minutes? Not even, less than 5 minutes. Probably like 2 minutes I straighten my hair. So really, like usually for me to straighten my hair, it takes about like 20 to 30 minutes. So if you have like thicker hair, obviously like I wouldn't recommend like straightening your hair each time when you wear Lolita. And I personally wash my hair like just once a week. I do like a hair treatment in it and I leave it for like an hour or two depending on what the treatment is, and then I wash my hair. And then I do that weekly. So really it kind of just depends like how you take care of your hair and like what you already do to your hair. Like obviously like it's just easier wearing wigs, but like I have been more like, I wouldn't say like I've been going more natural because like I dye and bleach my hair. My hair will never be natural ever again as soon as it's been bleached. My hair is not a virgin anymore. It's dirty. So yeah, and I think I'll probably continue dyeing my hair until like, I don't know, until I have to like dye my hair black or brown, whatever, and for like a job or something. Because technically this isn't my real hair color. It's more like brown black. I just dyed it black like this was like over a year ago, and then I just decided to just dye my hair, and then yeah. Like my hair isn't very kinky or coarse. It's just like really thin, but I do have a lot of volume in my hair. So like I said, really just experimenting with your hair is like helpful. Like that's how like I learned like this kind of hairstyle for me works. Like again, it's just like not just in Lolita, just like kind of figured out like what in general works for like your face shape and etc. And if you have like black friends who are natural, then I would ask them. Like that's what I do. I ask my black friends who are more natural, and yeah, I just ask them like, hey, what kind of products do you use for this and that? And I just kind of apply it towards Lolita. And there's like so many like Black Lolitas that wear their natural hair. Like here's just like so many. Like oh my god, it's just so gorgeous. And I mean I would never have that type of hair type because I have this type of hair, but my god, it's gorgeous. So next question, what is an example of a positive interaction with other Lolitas regarding your race? So I can't really think of any interactions with other Lolitas, like with non-Black Lolitas per se, about like my race, but I'm not sure this answers the question, but it kind of relates. So one of my favorite memories while wearing this fashion was, I don't remember what year RuffleCon it was, but I think it was 2016. It was 2016 RuffleCon, and it had like several black like focused panels, and honestly it was like probably like the greatest thing I've ever felt, because like it was probably like my first time like meeting so many of like the Black Lolitas that I know today. Like aside from that year, I probably only had like 1, maybe 2 like Black Lolita friends from in my local community, and going to an event where like, you know, there's like other black people that I can relate to, and we could talk about like our skin, like our hair stuff. And not that, you know, like you can't relate with like white people, but like it's like our physiology is different, like our hair type is different, and even though like another black person, their hair type might not be different, we can understand a little bit more as like someone that has like more curly hair and is black. So it's like, it's a different type of understanding. Like obviously there's white people that have very curly hair, don't get me wrong, but it's just like a different like I guess physiology or like psychology, mindset. I don't really know how to explain it, but yeah, like it's like I never really had to, like during that time I was not like the only like black girl that loves pink. Like that was like a common theme probably in my in my Lolita life so far. And as someone that's like Afro Latina, so I'm a black Latina essentially, and there's always been like this weird, I guess, barrier in my life where I'm not black enough but I'm not Latina enough because, you know, like just dumb society and colorism, of course. And in my childhood I didn't really have many black Latina friends or Latino friends, quite honestly, or at least that were like, when I mean by like black Latino, I mean like visibly dark. That's the word, dark, because obviously you can be a light skin and still be like black, obviously, but like I mean like more darker skin Latina people. And honestly, like going to that RuffleCon year where there was like so much like black excellence, it was like after that I've never felt excluded from like the Lolita community, because like I know like there's always like just people like a message away on Instagram that I can like talk to, or like even in my own town. Yeah, so I'm not sure if that really answers the question, but I think that's like a positive thing about like Lolita and my race. I hope that answers. Okay, and then final question. This is a little bit more happier too, I think. So what sparked your interest in the fashion? So for me, I think it was mainly because I thought it was cute, which, you know, is like everyone's reason. And I guess I just kind of wanted to try something different. Like, I feel like I've always liked the color pink, and then like I've always been like an extra person. Like I have an extra personality, but then like I've always loved like the color pink. So I feel like Lolita, when I first saw it, and it just kind of like clicked. So like I can do both. Like I can wear pink and still be my extra self without like really changing who I am, obviously. And I remember the first time I wore like a Lolita outfit was at a con. And there I saw my first Lolita scene in the wild, like while I wore Lolita, was a Black Lolita, and she was a lot more dark skinned than I am, but like she wore like pastels and like sweet, and I thought, oh my god, she looks so cute, I want to do that. So it was really after that it kind of just reinforced in me like I can do this. It just solidified like I'm gonna do this fashion. Like I don't give a flying frick. Like I can do this. Like, so it just really, I guess like just seeing that one black girl in like Sweet Lolita just kind of solidified it for me, aside from like the obvious reasons of like, you know, Lolita looks cute and it's cute and it's cute. So, and now because of that I can be my hyper femme ratchet self. So yeah. So that's it for this video. Honestly, like the first one was definitely more heavy, and I did felt a little bit drained from it, but I'm glad I'm able to speak with you all on a more lighter note, but also talking about my experiences as Black Lolita. So yeah, so again, just make sure to go down in the description and watch everyone's video. If you like this video, please feel free to leave a like and comment down below on your thoughts, or if you can relate. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.